We have a roadside pond, very small one. You see the guardrail here. That's a busy road. But yeah, this is a little trout pond. It's actually surprisingly deep. You wouldn't know it by looking at it. I'll see you out there. I think I forgot to say, this will be new pond 134. We're using the spoon, tipped with worm, like we always do. On this side we're doing full worm. I've driven by this pond many times, and I've always wanted to stop, so I'm glad we're stopping today. I like these roadside ponds because they're really easy to get to, but man, are they noisy. There are some fish surfacing. We're gonna get a trout. I know it. I don't know where I'm gonna camp tonight. I'm tempted to camp right where my car is over there. Under that, at the base of that big pine tree. But we'd have to do stealth camping. Car's coming this way, we'll see. Car's going that way, won't. I think the end of the worm works better when you're tipping a lure. That's my theory. Especially for trout. There's a healthy minnow population. I think they might be shiners because there's a whole ball of them right over here. Let me look at the survey, see what they say about minnows. Yep, they say common shiner. I reel the worm in very slow after it's been down there a while. Because sometimes that will get them to bite. That might have been bottom. There's a bite. Yes, we got one. Nice. Nice, nice, nice. What's it gonna be? Beautiful. Beautiful little fish. Probably a 13. Beautiful little trout. Let's see what we got for measurement. 12.5. Nice. That will be for dinner if I can find a place to cook it. Look at that healthy fish. I like to check the line to see if it's frayed at all after catching a fish or getting stuck. Well, we're out here on New Palm 134. My car's right under this big pine tree here. This is a pretty small pond. You can't see all of it, it goes around the corner, but we got a worm down over here. We're casting the spoon, letting it sink, reeling it in over here. And so far we have one 12.5-inch brook trout. Beautiful colors on this fish. And we caught that on the worm. 1-0 worm. This pond is right next to the road. You'll be able to see. Pretty little pond though. That's all I'm going to keep for today. So I might pack up soon. I wonder how the stealth camping is going to go tonight. They'll see my cook fire. Alright. We've got a fish here. I'm going to clean it in the boat. Very healthy fish. We've been catching a lot of skinny ones lately. The shiners, that's what was in his belly. There it is, all clean. I'm gonna head back to the car, get the canoe loaded up. We're departing New Pond 134. First, look at this. There's a bale of hay. Huh. Toilet. Uh-oh. Why did my car just lock? That's weird. Alright, I'm getting out of here. This does not seem very stable. But if you're gonna take a SHIQ, you know where to go. I drove into a campground. There's a little small pond here. The whole place is empty. It's probably, I don't know how many campsites, 10 maybe. There's an outhouse. I can never see anything. There's an outhouse. And Here's the campground. We can go wherever we want. The place is empty. That's the main road there. But it will be nice to have a picnic table. So I'll show you in the morning, but behind here is the big river. Alright, well, I'm gonna pull into one of these camp sites and use the stove, fire ring, to cook up the trout. I'm gonna sleep in my car here in this big open site next to the water. But I am headed off into the woods to get some birch bark. I want to get enough for tonight to cook the trout, and tomorrow morning to make the coffee. I know you can never see anything after I'm done fishing. Sometimes when I'm still fishing. So here's a pond. We're not going to fish here because this is like a special kids opportunity pond. We probably won't ever go to that one, but it's a good place to camp. What is that? Is that birch bark? Kinda. The beavers cut this birch tree down. Can you see that? Well, I got my camp stove, but I'm just going to put it on top of this grate, and then I can just burn the charcoal that's in there. And this is our setup here. I'm going to sleep in the car, which I prefer to do when it's going to be chilly. And it's supposed to be in the 40s tonight. It's already kind of chilly. Sleeping in the car will also help because it'll muffle all the noises and I'll actually be able to sleep. Yeah, we got our pot ready for the trout, and I'm just gonna cut the head off here so it'll fit better, and then we'll get cooking. Beautiful trout. That's perfect size for one person, I think. Right now I just got it in a little bit of water. Once I put it on the flames there, I'll add the seasoning. Time for some seasoning. Garlic and herb all purpose. I think there's some flying squirrels here. You hear that? It's delicious. Very orange. Oh yeah, that's good. Pretty orange meat. And fat. That one was nice and fat. We've been catching a lot of skinny ones recently, and the skinny ones don't taste as good. I've finished the trout. The fire's out. And I'm going to go to bed. And we'll get up first thing and head to another pond. Good morning. It's time for some coffee. I'm going to get my camp stove going. Do a batch of coffee real quick, and then we're going to head out and do some fishing. That is some good coffee. I'm gonna walk around the campground here while I drink my coffee. I don't think anybody else showed up in the middle of the night, but I guess we'll find out. The first stop is the kids only pond, which is stocked with trout. And you can't really see, but it's very small. And that's why it's a good kids only pond. It's about 6 o'clock in the morning. Nobody showed up. I had the entire campground to myself. I'm gonna drive up here because it's very close to the river, and I bet you there's a trail from this corner campsite that goes down to the big river. Let's check it out. That's a river. Very foggy. This exact stretch. Fished upstream and downstream. Unfortunately, it's a little bit fast, but that's very spots. It's a very good sand river. Yep, sign's a little misplaced. No, I think this is the river. This is just the river. But downstream here, there's a large lake. It is September 8th. We only have till the end of the month to keep any trout or salmon, so I'm gonna be going a bunch between now and then. We're on this trip now, and I'm doing probably 2 more trips at least. I wonder where that trail goes. Should we check it out? Huh. It's a pretty well defined trail. Oh, I see. This just goes around the campsite, because if there's people here, you don't want to be walking right through their campsite to get to the river. Okay. Well, that's pretty cool. We had the whole campground to ourselves. Just the way we like it. And we usually have the pond to ourselves too. It's nice to live in a rural area, isn't it? Alright, I'll see you when I figure out what I'm doing. We'll be at the water somewhere. Welcome. This will be new pond 135. And this will actually be the biggest lake we've been to, over 2,000 acres. Can't really see anything. It's probably, I have to look at the map, but at least 7 miles long, but pretty narrow. And we're going right out here on the other side of this island is the deep part. So let's bring all the stuff down. I'll see you out on the water. We're off. here we are. This is our new Palm 135 tour. Beautiful morning. I'm right out. Oh, look at that bait ball. I should go over there. I might hike that mountain this afternoon. It looks like it'll be a quick hike to some nice views. Or maybe I'll just fly the drone up there. We'll cheat. But we're camped out in the deep part of the lake. This is a 2,000 plus acre lake. And this is the biggest lake we've been to since I started bringing a camera along. Right now we have a worm down about 45 feet on this one. And we're casting with a spoon, tipped with a worm, letting it sink, and then I go back and reel it in after a minute has passed. And so far we've only caught white perch, small ones, but we're trying to catch a trout or hopefully maybe a salmon. The Loon Brigade. There's a bite. Fish on. See if that gets the eagle out. Oh, there he goes. He just smacked the ground there. Hold on. If he comes over here. No, don't fly away. Nope. Another perch. Oh, the wind is picking up. Oh. Got a fish pull overboard. Luckily we got it. It was a fish. Oh. Oh, this is a big. Oh. Must be a bass. Smallmouth. Not a bad one. Back he goes. Right. It's funny how they're different colors at each pond we go. That was like reddish brown. 11:30. If it wasn't windy, I might stay a little longer, but it's too hard to control everything. Well, we caught, I don't know how many perch, at least 10, all small, and one decent sized bass, not huge, but not bad either. Back to the car. Empty-handed. did catch trout yesterday. Saved the day.